Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's do a quick check-in with weed before the trading week starts tomorrow. And since the last video, I believe we ended on this price bar here, where we just started breaking out of this consolidation range that we were in. And we did get some nice follow through the following day. And then on Friday, we actually still went a little higher intraday, and then cooled off a bit, but still pretty healthy, and actually a relatively lower volume pullback compared to the previous to advancing days there. So nothing concerning at all about Friday's pullback there, and considering there was a fairly bearish move in the market overall, it didn't seem to have a whole lot of impact on weed here. And I've noticed that weed, I mean, doesn't show a whole lot of correlation to the broader market, which is actually nice. It's nice to be trading something where a big move on the broad market doesn't really impact your analysis or your trading idea on the individual stock you're trading. So it's nice to have that lack of correlation, because at least you can just stay focused on what you're doing here, not be constantly worried about the which way the wind's blowing in the broader stock market. Now it looks like we're still well above the T line here, quite healthy. MACD cross here on the dailies definitely had some follow through, and all signs are just pointing that we've established a bottom, and now we're coming out of that, probably working our first smaller degree impulse wave to the upside. So all looking real good here. I will mention Tuesday after the market closes, weed will be releasing earnings, so there could definitely be some short-term volatility around that, either up or down. But typically earnings, while they can have a large impact, especially on a short-term basis, they don't typically change whatever trend is already established. And in my opinion, we're still in a well-established uptrend, especially on a larger time frame like the weekly chart. This is a pretty clear uptrend. Price starts in the lower left-hand corner and works towards the upper right-hand corner, and nothing but higher lows as we progress up on this weekly chart. So I don't expect this trend to be disrupted by earnings, regardless of what happens, the day after, following days after, short term. I also mentioned on this weekly chart, we've gotten back above the weekly T line, so that's quite a healthy improvement on this weekly chart. You can see in the past, once we've regained the weekly T line after having a pullback, there's typically a pretty good follow through, and no reason to expect this would be any different. Again, especially with the tailwind of October legalization and all the excitement surrounding that approaching closer every day. I'm just looking at CGC, very much the same picture, well above the T line, a very healthy minor pullback on lower volume on Friday there, so absolutely no concerns there. And okay, so this is weed. If we go back to a smaller time frame on weed, this is a 15-minute price chart. Maybe we can go, the hourly might be appropriate. Yeah, okay. So just from the absolute low here, drawing a base channel on the initial high, and then the first higher low, and then extended that out. So we're breaking out of that base channel, which is kind of like a visual confirmation that we have some sort of third wave price action to the upside. And I also have another base channel drawn. So if we had there's various ways to label this, but I'd say you had a 1, 2 here, and then maybe a leading diagonal 1, 2, and now we have a third of a third in progress. So of this third of a third in progress, we have another little 1, 2. That's where I've drawn this second base channel. And we're also breaking out of that base channel, so it looks very good, and we're getting above multiple resistance levels that were holding us back. So we got above this resistance, with 35.77, and then we got above this resistance, which was 36.63, and on good volume too. So I'm quite comfortable thinking that we've started a new impulse wave to the upside, and it looks like currently some sort of third wave in progress. And just to throw, short term here, I don't want to be too picky with the wave count, but you could easily make the case that you got a 1, 2, now we're working a 3, And obviously we have some smaller waves within this 3, you know, a 1, 2 as well. But then you'd want a 4 whenever this is done going up, and then a 5. And obviously, whenever we're done consolidate or going up here in this what appears to be a 3rd, when we come down in the 4th, ideally not come down to overlap with that wave 1 extreme, which would be 34.56. Okay, so that'd be a nice signature if we could get up, have a pullback, not overlap with this you know, initial high that we made here on wave 1, and then go up into the 5th wave. That would confirm the trend is truly up, having a solid 5-wave advance. And it looks promising here, but still unconfirmed despite looking good. Alright, so be careful around earnings. I would certainly view any weakness after earnings as a good opportunity to add to a position or establish one if you're not already involved with this. And if it continues going up on earnings, well, that's fine too, because I'm obviously already in this significantly. All right, that should be good for now. Let's see what happens next week. Serial Trader signing off.